I said turn around. You don't have clearance. The young officer's voice rang out sharp and confident, palm up like a stop sign as he blocked the older man from stepping past the army base gate. The veteran paused, confused but calm. He pulled a worn ID from his wallet and held it out. Son, I've been cleared for this base since before you were born. But the officer didn't even glance at the card. No badge, no entry, he repeated, firmer now, clearly more interested in procedure than presence. The veteran didn't argue, didn't raise his voice. He just lowered his hand, nodded slowly, and turned back toward the parking lot. From the courtyard, a few uniformed personnel glanced over. Most ignored it. One or two chuckled. Just another, an old guy who forgot how military works now, but they didn't know who he was. He'd almost made it to his truck when the base's front doors burst open. A deep voice shouted from across the parade field, "Stop that man." Every head turned out strode General Malcolm Reese, a man known for his command presence and zero tolerance for disrespect. His medals shone in the sunlight, but it was the fury in his voice that froze the young officer mid-step. The general marched directly to the gate. His jaw locked tight. The officer snapped to attention, saluting awkwardly. "Sir, I was just following that man," General Reese interrupted, pointing to the veteran now standing near the lot. "Is Colonel William H. Dawson. 3 tours, 2 silver stars. Built the very security protocols you think you're enforcing. He doesn't need a badge to walk onto this base. He is the reason this base exists." The silence was suffocating. All eyes now turned to the older man still standing humbly, not asking for anything, not correcting anyone. He hadn't said a word in his own defense, because real warriors don't need to. The general turned to one of his aides. "Escort Colonel Dawson back to the officers' hall, and find out who authorized this joke of a checkpoint." The aide took off running. As the veteran was respectfully guided back through the gates, something shifted. The young officer, now visibly shaken, lowered his head. "I didn't know, sir," he mumbled. "You didn't ask," the general snapped. We saw age and assumed a That's the most dangerous thing a soldier can do. Forget the shoulders we're standing on." Backstory filled the air like thunder. Colonel Dawson had once been the commanding officer of this very base, decades earlier. He'd led intelligence units during a time when soldiers didn't have tech in their helmets, just grit in their hearts. He helped design emergency protocol systems still in use today. After retirement, he never asked for honors. He just visited quietly now and then, checking in on the young men and women following the path he once walked. And today, he was denied entry at the gate of the home he helped build. But now he was walking back in with respect. Every soldier on that field stood a little taller as he passed. Some saluted, others just nodded quietly, like they suddenly remembered who they were wearing those uniforms for. Inside, the general personally walked him through the halls, giving a loud, clear speech to every officer nearby. "This is what legacy looks like," he said. "It's not just something in history books, it's the living reason you're here." Later that day, the checkpoint was overhauled. The young officer who denied Dawson wasn't discharged, but he was reassigned directly under the general's watch because mistakes are forgivable, but lessons must be unforgettable. As for Colonel Dawson, he spent the afternoon walking the base, meeting young cadets, answering their questions, shaking their hands, and not once did he mention the disrespect from earlier, because true leaders lead forward, not backwards. So, we live in a world quick to overlook, quick to dismiss, quick to forget. But the people who built the foundation we stand on aren't gone. They're still walking among us quietly, humbly, until someone makes the mistake of ignoring them. That officer saw an old man. What he should have seen was a legend. If this story stirred something in you, hit that like button, subscribe for more stories that honor those who served, and share this with someone who needs reminding. Respect should never be optional.